Settling in a relationship can lead to long-term dissatisfaction, unhappiness, and even regret. Yet, many people remain in relationships that aren't fulfilling because they're afraid of being alone, feel pressured by societal expectations, or believe they won't find something better. But your happiness and well-being should never be compromised. Here are 10 signs that you might be settling in your relationship and how you can break free to find the love you truly deserve. Relationships are all about compromise, but there's a fine line between healthy compromise and settling. When you settle, you're accepting less than what you deserve or want, often out of fear or a sense of obligation. Over time, settling can lead to resentment, emotional detachment, and a lack of fulfillment. It's important to recognize when you're settling so you can make empowered decisions that lead to a more satisfying and authentic love life. In this article, we'll explore 10 signs that you're settling in a relationship and provide actionable steps to help you break free and prioritize your happiness. 1. You're not excited about the future together. One of the clearest signs you're settling in a relationship is when you don't feel genuinely excited about your future together. If thinking about long-term plans or imagining your life with your partner doesn't bring you joy or anticipation, it could be a red flag. While every relationship has its ups and downs, there should still be an underlying sense of excitement about building a life together. For example, if the thought of marriage, moving in together, or starting a family feels more like an obligation than something you're excited about, it's worth considering whether you're truly in the right relationship. Settling often feels like going through the motions without genuine passion or enthusiasm. To address this, take a step back and reflect on your feelings about the future. Are you compromising your dreams and desires just to keep the relationship going? If you're not genuinely excited about the future, it may be time to reevaluate whether you're with the right person. 2. You frequently daydream about being single. It's normal to occasionally fantasize about what life might be like if you were single, especially during tough times in a relationship. However, if you find yourself constantly daydreaming about being single or wishing you were free to explore other options, it's a strong indication that you're settling. For example, if you catch yourself imagining how much happier you'd be on your own or thinking about how great it would be to date other people, it's a sign that your current relationship isn't fulfilling your needs. These thoughts often stem from a deep sense of dissatisfaction or the feeling that you're missing out on something better. To break free from this mindset, it's important to ask yourself why you're having these thoughts. Are you staying in the relationship out of fear, comfort, or convenience? Identifying the root cause of your desire to be single can help you determine whether it's time to move on. 3. Your values and goals don't align. A key aspect of a successful relationship is having aligned values and goals. If you find that your core beliefs, aspirations, or life plans don't match up with your partner's, it could be a sign that you're settling. Relationships built on incompatible values are unlikely to stand the test of time, leading to frustration and conflict. For example, if you value personal growth and self-improvement but your partner is content with staying stagnant, or if you want children and your partner doesn't, these are significant differences that can't be easily reconciled. Settling often involves ignoring these red flags in the hope that things will change, but this rarely leads to long-term happiness. To address this, have honest conversations about your values, goals, and future plans. If you find that you're constantly compromising on what matters most to you, it may be a sign that you're settling for less than what you truly want. 4. You feel like you're staying out of comfort or fear. Another common sign of settling is when you stay in a relationship out of comfort, fear of being alone, or because it feels easier than starting over. While it's natural to feel attached to the familiarity of a long-term relationship, staying for the wrong reasons can prevent you from finding a more fulfilling connection. For example, you might stay because you're afraid of the dating scene, worried about what others will think, or simply reluctant to go through the emotional upheaval of a breakup. However, Staying in a relationship out of fear or comfort usually leads to long-term dissatisfaction and regret. To break free, it's important to confront your fears and recognize that being alone is better than being in a relationship that doesn't serve your happiness. Embrace the possibility of new beginnings and trust that you deserve more than just good enough. 5. You're constantly making excuses for the relationship. When you're settling, you often find yourself making excuses for why the relationship isn't as fulfilling as it should be. Whether it's convincing yourself that no relationship is perfect or rationalizing your partner's behavior, these excuses are often a way to avoid facing the reality that you're not truly happy. For example, you might tell yourself that things will get better with time, that everyone has flaws, or that your partner is good enough, even if they don't meet your needs. While it's true that no relationship is without challenges, constantly making excuses is a sign that you're settling. To address this, be honest with yourself about whether you're truly content in the relationship. Stop justifying behaviors or situations that leave you feeling unfulfilled. Acknowledging the truth is the first step toward making positive changes. 6. You don't feel truly understood or appreciated. Feeling understood and appreciated is fundamental to a healthy relationship. If you often feel like your partner doesn't get you, or if your efforts go unnoticed, it's a sign that the relationship is lacking depth and connection. Settling often involves staying in a relationship where you don't feel valued or seen for who you truly are. For instance, if you find that your partner rarely acknowledges your accomplishments, dismisses your feelings, or fails to show appreciation for the things you do, it can lead to feelings of loneliness and frustration. A relationship should be a source of mutual support and admiration, not a one-sided effort. To break free from this dynamic, start by expressing your needs and desires openly. If your partner is unwilling or unable to meet you halfway, it's important to consider whether you're settling for less than what you deserve. 7. You're no longer growing together. Growth is a crucial part of any relationship. When you're with the right person, you should feel like you're growing and evolving together, both as individuals and as a couple. However, if you feel stagnant or like you're growing apart, it's a sign that you might be settling. For example, if you're constantly seeking self-improvement, learning new things, or setting goals while your partner remains stuck in old habits, it can create a disconnect. Settling often involves accepting a relationship that isn't pushing you to be the best version of yourself. To address this, have a conversation about your desire for growth and see if your partner is willing to join you on that journey. If they're resistant or indifferent, it may be a sign that the relationship has reached its limits and that you deserve someone who shares your vision for growth and progress. 8. You're constantly comparing your relationship to others. While it's natural to occasionally compare your relationship to others, doing so constantly is a sign that you're not truly satisfied. If you find yourself frequently envying other couples or wishing your relationship was more like theirs, it's likely because you're settling for less than what you want. For instance, if you often think, "I wish my partner treated me like that," or "Why can't our relationship be more like theirs?" it's a clear indication that you're not fully content. Settling often leads to longing for something more, even if you're not sure what that more is. To break free, focus on what you truly want and deserve in a relationship. Use those comparisons as a guide to understanding what's missing and take steps to find a relationship that aligns with your desires and values. 9. You feel resentful more often than you feel grateful. Resentment is a common symptom of settling. When you're constantly compromising your happiness or needs to keep the peace or maintain the relationship, it can lead to deep-seated resentment. Over time, this resentment can erode the connection and leave you feeling trapped. For example, if you frequently feel bitter about having to sacrifice your time, energy, or goals for the sake of the relationship, it's a sign that you're settling. Gratitude and appreciation should outweigh feelings of resentment in a healthy relationship. To address this, It's important to evaluate what's causing the resentment and whether it's something that can be resolved. If the source of the resentment is deeply rooted in the relationship's dynamics, it may be a sign that it's time to move on. 10. You've lost hope that things will get better. Perhaps the most telling sign that you're settling is when you've lost hope that things will improve. If you've tried communicating, compromising, and making changes, yet still feel stuck in a relationship that doesn't bring you joy, it's likely because you're settling. For instance, if you've been telling yourself that things will get better someday, but that day never seems to come, it's a clear indication that the relationship isn't meeting your needs. Settling often feels like waiting for something that will never happen. To break free, acknowledge that you deserve more than just waiting for things to change. It's important to prioritize your happiness and take control of your future by seeking a relationship that fulfills you, rather than staying in one that leaves you feeling unfulfilled. Conclusion: embracing the courage to seek better. Recognizing that you're settling in a relationship is never easy, but it's the first step toward finding the love and fulfillment you truly deserve. Settling leads to long-term dissatisfaction and prevents you from experiencing the joy of a relationship that aligns with your values, goals, and desires. By identifying the signs and taking proactive steps to address them, you can break free from settling and open yourself up to a relationship that brings genuine happiness and growth. Remember, you are worthy of a relationship that makes you feel valued, understood, and excited about the future. Don't let fear, comfort, or societal pressure hold you back from finding the love you deserve. If you found this article helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments below. We'd love to hear your experiences and how you're navigating the journey toward finding a fulfilling relationship.